Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tech Communication Skills for All Ages. I'm NYLA,